Top 8 Wild Dog Attacks. It's a fact that wild dogs are probably some of the most successful hunters in the bush. They're strategic, relentless, and work as a team. If you have never seen wild dogs hunt, then this video is a must for you, as we count down 8 top wild dog attacks. Number 8. Wild Dog vs. Hyena. This hyena is in a lot of trouble, and it's not laughing about the matter. The hyena is encircled by a large pack of wild dogs which it is attempting to defend against, but the attacks are coming in spurts from all sides. There are simply too many dogs attacking the hyena. I am truly astonished by the hyena's ability to keep its cool and stand its ground in the face of so many dogs for such a long time. When a hyena tries to get a portion of the dog's kill, it gets into difficulty, but the dogs can multitask and eat and fight at the same time. However, when a few more hyenas enter the fight, they can grab the carcass. However, the dogs do not give up lightly and assault the hyenas once more. The treasure is held by the 2 hyenas, but they are encircled by wild dogs, and it's all at war. Now, dogs assault the hyenas like a swarm of bullet ants, knocking the hyenas out and allowing them to recover the cadaver. While the hyenas look at the stars. What a fight! This video shows a distressed hyena fleeing into the water to avoid a bunch of dogs. Pestering it, the dogs have finally left and the hyena has made it through the day. These battles occur daily, proving the savanna lifestyle isn't all fun and games. Number 7. Wild Dog vs. Warthogs. These wild dogs are on their 3rd warthog until the day, and they surround another warthog. They begin to wear down the warthog until it is exhausted, and they will begin to tear flesh out of their body. For some reason, they stop attacking the warthog, and the warthog decides it's time to run away, but it goes looking for the dogs in the tall grass, which I really don't understand. This was one weird hunt if you ask me. The dogs abandoned the kill and the prey, once it was free, wanted to get close to the predators. I guess this warthog is a masochist. Even the warthogs have razor-sharp tusks. A single warthog against a pack of wild dogs isn't going to cut it. When a warthog encounters a pack of dogs, it is aware of this and will not stay to interact. It sprints away, and it does it swiftly. Even digging a trench and going into defense mode may not be enough to stop the attack. However, these dogs will tire out the warthog, and when it lets its guard down even for a few seconds, it will be game over. Wild dogs have no mercy. This poor warthog is being dismembered alive by these wild dogs, or biting it from every angle and eating it alive. The wild dog slogan is "No mercy, no pity." The anguish is awful, as they tear this unfortunate warthog to bits, but the dogs need to eat and the warthog is nice and tender. Number 6. Wild Dog vs. Buck. This bush buck is attempting to avoid being eaten by these wild dogs, so it utilizes the boulders as a protective barrier, until the dogs approaches too close, at which point it dives into the water, but another dog is waiting for it on the other side. So, it returns to the water and stays there. How long will the bush buck be able to avoid the dogs? This video shows a pack of about 25 wild dogs successfully hunting a female water buck at Jones Dam and Kruger National Park. This pack of wild dogs tries to capture a female water buck, but she was able to hide behind a bush and keep the pack at bay until they lost interest and moved on to easier prey. The water buck ran down to Jones Dam on both occasions, most likely in quest of water to drink. The second victim attempted to do the same thing, but she was not so fortunate, and both her and her unborn calf were yanked down and devoured in a matter of seconds, as is common in Kruger National Park. A wild dog attacks this buck, and the wild dog does his best to suppress the animal until reinforcements arrive. When the rest of the gang arrives, it's time to fire up the grill and set the tables. Number 5. Wild Dog vs. Oryx. Oryx are difficult prey for wild dogs, but they don't seem to mind. Anything that seems appealing is worth a try, as these wild dogs demonstrate in this video when they surround this oryx. When the dogs start pulling in all directions, the oryx has no choice but to hope for a quick death. The oryx is a huge antelope with a pair of long sharp horns, but when you're speeding up against a horde of lunatics on all sides, you either need to be better armed or have blazing speed, because this oryx calf is even less equipped than an adult. It stands no chance of ever seeing the light of the day after this encounter. Another oryx has succumbed to the ravages of time. The oryx remain on the ground believing it is better off, yet it appears to be making matters worse when the facts are taken into account. However, there is no such thing as better when it comes to being hunted by wild dogs. It's simply horrible, if not worse. Number 4. Wild Dog vs. Lizard. These dogs attack a monitor lizard, and the lizard doesn't have much of a chance against the dogs. In particular, the pit bull, which constantly holds the lizard by the neck. The other dog, which I think is a Vizsla, but I'm not sure, just watches. The pit bull destroyed the lizard after a long time. The reptile is killed and the dogs take a breather. This pit bull circles around for a lizard before biting into it. The lizard is tough and resists the first attack. The pit bull goes for a second attack and bites into the lizard, but it doesn't last long. The dog bites the neck of the lizard and finally kills it. Two more dogs attack a monitor lizard. This lizard is slightly bigger and more vivacious, but the dogs are not intimidated. One of the dogs keeps striking the tail of the lizard while the other dog watches. This battle is tougher for the dogs this time, but there is really only one dog fighting the lizard because the other one seems to be on vacation. Number 3. Wild Dog vs. Gazelle. Here is a poor gazelle that was trying to escape the lethal grip of a pack of wild dogs, and unfortunately, it was grabbed and dragged ashore to be devoured. The gazelle is literally skewered on a spit and roast, but the dogs don't need it to be cooked. They just eat it as they are roasting it after being relocated to this animal reserve. These wild dogs get up in the morning and head for the closest breakfast place in town, which happens to be right around the corner. The dogs order a Thompson's gazelle, and it comes with eggs. The dogs forget about the extras and just enjoy the gazelle. Number 2. Wild Dog vs. Puku. These travelers witnessed a herd of puku running while on a safari in South Wanhua National Park, and their guide stated that they were being chased by a band of wild dogs. They grabbed and killed one in the distance before killing another just in front of their vehicle. Mother Nature can be so cruel that it was a pretty nasty sight. The poor puku did suffer because it was only attacked by 2 dogs. So, it died slowly and painfully, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for these tourists to see these 2 wild dogs trap an antelope, open a swamp, and only one of the dogs bites the antelope. The other dog looks like it's too hot and sits in the water resting momentarily until hunger kicks in again and he rejoins the hunts. The 2 dogs are efficient and are able to subdue the antelope. Biting it from both sides, the dogs finally get the antelope open and begin to eat. Number 1. Wild Dog vs. Rabbits. This poor rabbit isn't much of a meal for this pack of wild dogs, but the dogs will take it anyhow. Food is food in the bush. This could serve as an appetizer, or they may have already eaten, and this is dessert. Whatever, the rabbit is cooked, fried and roasted. Rabbits are not exactly the prey of choice for wild dogs because they're so tiny, and feeding a pack of dogs requires a lot more than a small rabbit, but for the time being, the dogs take what they can get. 2 dogs find a rabbit in the yard and fight for it. Both dogs have bitten into it, and they don't want to let go. I'm pretty sure these dogs will not eat rabbits, so the scuffle is perhaps more of a way to show domination. Some of these hunts are intense and are extremely difficult to watch. Wild dogs show no mercy, and it's understandable because they are hungry. Even humans abandoned in the bush with no food for long periods of time would start behaving like this. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for our countdown of 8 top wild dog attacks. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.